Hey everyone, welcome to Stuff Moms Have Time For. My name is Rebecca and I am so excited to share this video. This is an open collaboration video that is being hosted with my friend Maria from Artsy Cupcake. And a few weeks ago, we challenged people to use cupcakes to make a Valentine's Day display and to be as creative as possible. And I am so happy with the way that this came out. I have loved those forever roses that come in expensive boxes forever, and I decided that instead of spending a ton of money, I would make a cupcake version of this. Please, if you are new, do not forget to subscribe. I make DIYs and recipes and baking videos, so I would love to have you as part of the Stuff Moms Have Time For family. I will link Maria's channel in my description box below, so you can also check her out. She is doing an amazing Valentine's Day cupcake display as well, and I will link a playlist below for all the other people who are participating in this cupcake challenge. Now, the first thing I am going to do is make my cupcakes. I've chosen to make a plain vanilla cupcake that is delicious. This recipe comes from Preppy Kitchen's blog. If you do not know who John is, I will link his blog below if you love baking and creative baking. He is definitely someone you should go check out. So this is his moist vanilla cupcake recipe, and I can assure you it is worth making it from scratch. I will put his specific recipe for this cupcake below. I am just going to take all of my ingredients and follow the directions of this recipe and mix my wet ingredients with my dry ingredients to make my batter. Now, I am not going to fill these cupcakes very high because I do want it to be a shorter cupcake. But once I have all my cupcakes in the liners, I'm going to pop that into the oven. While it's baking, I am going to make my box. I got these black boxes on Amazon. I will put a link in the description below if you're interested. And I am going to use my Cricut to make the logo for these flowers. So because I'm using gold foil, I'm just going to check the foil to cut out on my Cricut. I will try to link these images below in my description box so you can use them if you'd like to make this box. And then I am just going to cut out my logo. If you don't have a Cricut, you can get creative and just use some gold washi tape or some type of sticker that has gold foil on it. But because I do have the Cricut Air, I am going to use it to make my box look as close to the actual box sold at the store. Then I'm just going to take my transfer tape and take my logo and put it onto my box. Now, I used gold foil in my last DIY video, which you can check out, which was me making a flower press, and I absolutely love how that turned out. But gold foil is a little tricky to work with, so just take your time and be patient to make sure everything transfers really well. I love how this lid turned out. It looks completely professional and store-bought. And then I am going to take the bigger logo that goes on the front of the box and I am going to change it to gold. And then I'm also going to print that for the front of my box. And while that is cutting, I take out my cupcakes and I let them cool. And then after I'm finished making the box, I am going to work on the American buttercream that is going to make the roses of my cupcakes. While my cupcakes are cooling, I'm just gonna take my transfer tape again and transfer my sticker onto the transfer tape and then onto my black box. I think that this box came out absolutely beautiful, and if you didn't put cupcakes in it, you could totally keep it for something else. I am going to put a smaller box inside to raise the base of it a little bit, and then I am going to take a piece of cardboard and cut out a square that will fit inside so that I can make a platform for my cupcakes. And the reason I made my cupcakes a little shorter is that I wanted them to fit into this stand. Now I'm going to start with my buttercream. I will write the recipe of the buttercream that I use below, but basically you whip some butter and then you add powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla and milk, and you whisk it up until it becomes a nice, smooth, delicious buttercream. This is a complete fan favorite in my house. I use this buttercream recipe to make pretty much all the cakes that I decorate for kids. So give it a try if you never have before. It's definitely worth it. Then I'm just gonna add a little bit of red food coloring into my mixer. And to give these roses a teeny bit of dimension, I'm also gonna add a teeny bit of black to just give it a little bit of a darker color. Then I'm gonna use a piping tip, which is Wilton 125. It is a petal tip. I normally use a 104 Wilton piping tip for flowers that have petals on them, but because I want to make these roses a little bit bigger to match the flowers that come in the box, I am going to use a bigger tip. And I'm just gonna put my buttercream in my piping bag and start my roses. So roses are really easy to do. All you really need to do is keep the thick end of the rose petal facing down, and then you're gonna make a single bud in the center and then fan out slowly in sort of a rainbow form. And you're just gonna work your way around the entire cupcake with these nice little rainbows, and then as you work your way out, you're going to angle your piping tip down to make the petals flare out a little bit more. And you can really add as many layers and dimensions to your roses as you want. If you are interested in learning how to pipe more buttercream flowers, I will link a book down below that I use for learning how to do most of my flowers, and it's been a really helpful tool. So if you are interested in that, check out that book. It has hundreds of different ways to make buttercream flowers, and the tutorials in it are quite simple to follow. So I'm just gonna repeat the steps for all of my roses, make the small bud in the center, and then fan out to make all of my petals. I'm just gonna keep repeating this until I have enough roses to fit in my box. I am going to pop them in the refrigerator just so the icing hardens a little bit, and then I am going to start assembling my cupcake display. Don't worry if it's not perfect, because I am going to go in with a piping tip and fill in any holes or gaps that I see when I'm finished. Once all the cupcakes are in there, just go and make more petals so you can fill in any gaps that there are. I hope you guys love these forever roses. I don't think they'll last forever. I think they're gonna get eaten rather quickly, but I loved how this project came together. I think it's a really beautiful gift idea for somebody if you want to give a romantic floral gift, but you know, you don't have $300 to spend on these roses. I absolutely love how it came out. I will be making this again for sure. Please don't forget to check out Maria's channel and check out the playlist of all the other Valentine's cupcakes. Until next time, I will see you guys then.